Hello, Tamara Green here for Course in Miracles lesson number 265. All right, soft fist. My feet are a little more than hip distance apart. I've tucked in my tailbone a little bit and 2 inches below your belly button, just tapping back and forth. My knees are slightly bent. So the posture is important. It's a very healthy posture. Just slightly bent knees, slightly tucked in tailbone. And it's not like you're gonna, be doing this every day, walking around with slightly bent knees and tucked in tailbone. But when you do an exercise like this, you just want to do a correct posture every once in a while, maybe even every day, because it really helps the spine and I guess the whole system to just completely relax into a very comfortable position. Okay, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then with flat palms, clockwise over your abdomen. Very good. Okay. Lesson number 265. Creation's gentleness is all I see. I have indeed misunderstood the world because I laid my sins on it and saw them looking back at me. How fierce they seemed, and how deceived was I to think that what I feared was in the world instead of in my mind alone. Today I see the world in the celestial gentleness with which creation shines. There is no fear in it. Let no appearance of my sins obscure the light of heaven shining on the world. What is reflected there is in God's mind. The images I see reflect my thoughts. Yet is my mind at one with God's, and so I can perceive creation's gentleness. In quiet would I look upon the world, which but reflects your thoughts and mine as well. Let remember that they are the same, and I will see creation's gentleness. So 265 is creation's gentleness is all I see. And I'll share my own personal story on this. And that is probably a few days ago or last week sometime, I got very triggered, so much so that I was angry, shaking with anger. I haven't felt that level of anger. Man, I was just so mad. I just kept trying to communicate with this person who I felt was completely ignoring me and not listening. And we turned out to be very late to an event we were trying to go to, about 45 minutes late. And I kept remembering this lesson, gentleness, creation's gentleness. I don't want to be talking to this person while I'm feeling so triggered and so upset and literally shaking with my anger. And I knew that something important was going on, because if I get triggered that much, I know that something's being reflected back to me, that maybe the way I see this person is through, some victim consciousness, or, maybe some old thinking like, that person's not going to listen to me anyway, or, that person doesn't care how I feel, that kind of stuff. I was beginning to understand even before I said anything that, when I'm this triggered, something's going on with me. But at the same time, it's very important also to communicate. But I wanted to communicate in a way that would be really heard and really delivered in a very, very gentle, kind, productive way. So what did I do when I really don't know what to do? What did I do? I started repeating the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And over and over and over, I kept repeating the prayer. And at one point, I literally felt a presence, and I just knew it was Jesus coming to help me. I just felt it so strong. And what was fascinating is when the time I was able to really calm down with that really loving presence, because I must have repeated the prayer dozens of times. And more I kept focusing on the prayer versus the anger that I was feeling. And I think that's what, that was the moment, when I was so focused on the prayer and the intention of a very gentle, helpful, productive conversation with this person. Boom, that's when I really felt this amazing presence. And they were not my words. They were not my words that came out of my mouth. It was Jesus's words, God's word, love's word, right? Christ's consciousness words. And I was very calm and very confident and a stance of gentleness, very gentle, but really opening up in a way with this person that I haven't before. And that person heard me and responded in kind. And within, I would say maybe 15 minutes, we were laughing and hugging each other. It was so powerful. It was so powerful. And I'm deeply grateful for this lesson. I just love the celestial gentleness, right? What it talks about here in this lesson. I'm so grateful for this lesson because in that moment, I called upon God for gentleness, and that's exactly what happened. All right. I wish the same for you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.